Good morning, everyone. It's Kathy. Oh, I hope everybody's doing well. It's been a while. I have had trouble with my iPad. Um, when you go so far with it, you just can't make any more videos. So about 6 or 8 months ago, I went ahead and bought more time space from Apple, and it was starting to do it all over again. So it said you need to remove some of your pictures and your videos. So I did that, and I still had the same problem. So I called Apple, and they looked it up and said, yes, you do have this same problem. Um, you need to buy more. Your cloud is full. So basically, I think what they were saying was you need to buy more time in the cloud. I said, I'm already paying a month. Yeah, well, you're going to have to go up a step, go from 99 cents a month to $3 a month. Okay. So she went through all the significant information that she needed, and she said, you will be able, I said, I use it for videos, and she said, well, you'll be able to video with your iPad on November 28th. And I said, why November 28th? She said, oh, it's the cycle, it's the billing cycle. So that's what you're stuck with. So what I'm using now is my Samsung phone. How well it's working, whether it's working, I'm not sure, because I started 2 videos on the iPad when it started giving me trouble. And of course, they never went anywhere. So we're starting kind of from scratch. I don't know how well this will work or not, but we're going to do it. Hope everybody's been well. The weather's been holding up, except it's been a terrible drought. Everything is just bone dry, as you know, if you live anywhere in the Northeast, I guess. Maybe throughout the country, actually, because you see forest fires all the time. Today is it. Today is the last day for voting in the general election. Wow. What an election. Have you ever seen a time? Couldn't there just be a time when people say, so-and-so is a good person, is a family man or woman, is a good neighbor, but I'm more educated. I have spent more time in this particular field, and I think that you will be much better off voting for me. And not calling them liars and cheats and thieves. And there's so much hatred in this country. We don't need any more. My goodness. All right, I'm going to step off my little stool here and go on. I've also had a problem with phone calls. You know how it is when you make a phone call and you think maybe you're going to connect with somebody, but you go through about 6 or 7 prompts, and then you find out that none of those prompts were yours or meant for you. So you try 0, and they say you'll have to wait for someone. Nobody is available right now. Everybody is helping others, and you wait, and you keep hearing your call is important to us. We will get to you as soon as possible. Your call is important, until finally I say, well, I'm done, and I hang up. I don't know what spurs that, other than the fact that probably none of any of the places that you call or need to call are equipped to handle the phone calls. Now today, what I'm going to do, since it's getting closer to Thanksgiving, has everybody got their menu planned and know what they're going to eat or where they're going to go to eat? Does everybody have turkey? From what I'm hearing, it's turkey and ham either or both. I'm not exactly sure yet. I think I may have mentioned this before, or I'm not sure whether it went out there or not, or whether it was one of those videos that didn't quite make it. But you know what happens when the kids grow and they're going different directions, and um, maybe they'll be able to come, or maybe they can't. In my case, my granddaughter and my grandson both recently have obtained kittens, and one will be traveling with the kitten, and the other one, it's a house cat, and they don't know each other, and so on and so forth. So we have to make arrangements for the kitties, which is fine. Everything I'm sure will work out. I've done this recipe once before. It was, I believe, around this time of the year last year, and it's called firecrackers. It was very well received, and a lot of people liked it. So I'm going to do it again. But what I'm going to do is, last time I did the full recipe, and this time I'm only going to do half a recipe, because just in case, they do hold up quite a while, but just in case they don't get eaten in a fair amount of time, I don't want them to be left laying around. Now, why this works, I don't know, but it does. What you need is oil, any kind of cooking oil. Least recommended would be olive oil because of the flavor. Crushed red pepper flakes. And you're saying, why has she got that upside down? She had it sitting on top of her toaster oven one time, and nothing burned, but it got just warm enough that whatever I had sitting up there now has to take a turn. This is ranch seasoning mix, onion powder, garlic powder, and I'm using 2 sleeves of crackers. The full recipe calls for 4. And I also need, where are you? Don't hide on me. I will find you. Black pepper. Here we are. But I don't have any ground black pepper, so I will just estimate that. So the first thing we're going to put in is the oil. So it calls for 1 2/3 cups. So I am going to use just short of a cup. I did make, I have an appointment for what they call a Visionaire, which is a MRI, which takes exact measurements of your knee. And my schedule for my knee surgery is January 29th. And it also calls for 2 tablespoons of red pepper flakes. I am going to use 1. Calls for 1 teaspoon of garlic. You guessed it, we're going to use a half. Don't you just love the smell of garlic? A teaspoon of onion powder, and of course that's going to be a half also. 4 to 5 tablespoons of ranch. So we'll use 2 heaping. And then you're not going to fit in there either. This is the ranch dressing that you can buy either in packets, which is 3 tablespoons, or approximately, or you can buy it in the jar. I'll show you that in just a minute. That comes like this. Hidden Valley Ranch, original ranch seasoning. And I think that's it. Oil, garlic, onion, red pepper, the black pepper, ranch, and that's it. Put a lid on this. I think that's good. Now we're going to stir it up. Did anybody have trick-or-treaters at your door? We didn't have not a single one. But we go through phases where we'll get maybe a dozen, and then maybe the next year we'll get 4 or 5. And the last couple of years it's been none. We have primarily an older neighborhood. When I say older, I mean older. Really older. Now you stir this up good, get everything mixed up together. And get yourself a Ziploc bag. The Ziploc bag, you want it not to have been used before because you don't want it to leak. And then we're going to take our crackers. Oh, come on. Sure, go ahead and break them. And you're going to put them in your bag. These are salted saltines. And as you can see, I'm going to be using 2 sleeves instead of 4 for the full amount. There's a lot in here. Oh, don't you even think of giving me a hard time. Okay. Get out there. Okay. Now, I'm going to give this one more stir because the ranch and anything that's heavy, of course, goes to the bottom. Okay, now this goes in, and try and get as much of it as you can, because it is all flavoring, of course. Zip it up. Lay it flat, and you turn it. Turn it several times when you first do it, like I'm doing it. Try to coat everything. Try to just grab hold of the edges of the bag so that they don't break. And then you would leave this out on your counter, on your table, whatever. You can see the peppers and everything in there. And every hour or so, just turn the bag over so that any and all of the oil is being saturated into the cracker. Now the crackers will not disappear and get, turn into Thanksgiving dressing. A lot of flavor, really good, very popular. When I made them for the first time last year, a couple of people asked me if I would make them for them. Of course, the recipe is easy and it's very inexpensive to make. Almost everybody has everything that I put in here except for maybe the ranch. And like I said, you can buy that in a small packets like you do gravy mix. But everybody has garlic and onion and black pepper and so on. And there's only, was there 6 ingredients? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 ingredients. You'll be surprised how good it is. You have to try this. Thank you. Again, I'm sorry it's been so long since I've seen you. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share. It helps my channel tremendously. And I hope that you have a great day. And I will see you again really soon. If this works and I get my phone to do what I want it to do, because I've never done this before with this phone, then I will be back shortly, within a couple of days at most. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day and be kind to one another. It doesn't cost anything. Bye now.